Swimming like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it take a swim.
Welcome back to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. We've had a great show today. We had a wonderful husband and wife combination, Tony and Robyn Marzullo, each owning unique businesses. If you have an opportunity, please go to the iTunes store to download the entire show so you can listen to it. Tony, your business has grown exponentially. You're a prime example of someone turning a hobby into a business. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, it's, I can't. For me, it was a passion. I was always passionate about automobiles, and I was always learning and studying the evolution of automobiles and, kind of the differences just in the last 15, 16 years that I've been in the industry. I'm constantly kind of a student of the market. And at the same time, I'm passionate about people. I'm a good people person, and I like to think of myself as a fair and honest, good salesperson. So I was able to combine the two things I loved doing, and I parlayed it into a business that's grown. Every year we've grown. So it doesn't get any better than doing what you love.
That's wonderful. Yeah, and you worked at a dealership for years. You saw exactly what you didn't like at the dealership, and you opened up your own very successful business that's grown, which is amazing. And your wonderful wife here, Robyn, in a very different industry that she was not even familiar with, but she's a logistics expert. Robyn, can you tell us a little bit about the Sandy Spring gun range and the Norcross gun range as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So my area of expertise, or what I enjoy doing, is operations. And so we had this opportunity come up. We opened Sandy Springs in 2010 and followed right behind it with Norcross Gun Club and Range in 2013. And they are both two, high-end gun club and ranges. They have memberships. We do training. We do corporate and private events. And we really, ultimately, our goal is to provide a safe and secure place for people to learn how to shoot and learn about guns and gun safety and how to protect themselves, their families, and, to have fun as well.
So, Tony, there was a lot of good content on the show as far as, just different things for aspiring and existing entrepreneurs to sort of grab onto. What advice would you give to anybody watching this right now as far as their journey into entrepreneurship?
If you're aspiring to be an entrepreneur, there's a couple things I would have to say. One is, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. If you put in a lot of hard work and a lot of heart and a lot of sweat and a lot of blood, you're going to reap the rewards of being an entrepreneur and working for yourself. I would say, which we talked about in the show, is you learn from your mistakes. I wouldn't take a mistake or a disappointment or a bad day or a bad month as a kick in the shin. I would look at it as a learning tool. Just learn how you could not make that same mistake again. It's not how hard you fall, it's how quick you get up. And I would always just tell everybody, put 100% into it. I mean, it's sink or swim, and it's if you're going to go both feet in and put in the time, and you'll be successful.
I love it. And that's actually something that Professor Hanks was talking about in class, how failure is a catalyst and not a hindrance to success. So totally agree. Robyn, just wanted to ask you real quick, starting your own business and having your husband do the same is a huge time commitment. So how do you find that work-life balance to really have a relationship with one another while you're building your companies?
I don't really think there's anything or any such thing as balance. I think you have to figure out that you need to give attention to what needs it at that moment. So the reality is, while these businesses pay our bills and ultimately are what, hopefully we can retire from, I think you give attention to where it's needed at that moment, and then you kind of fit in the rest of it. And sometimes that could be a family thing, or sometimes that's going to be a work thing. And you have to realize that you are going to miss things that you want to be at, or things that are important to you. But I think balance is what you make it. And it's just, I've always gone with I need to be where I need to be when I need to be there, and the rest of it, I'm going to fit it in when I can.
That's real nice. I want to give a shout out, Robyn. You guys made me think about it. One of our previous guests, the owner of Celtic Testing, her and her husband own Celtic Testing, which tests software, and Kelly Kiernan's references at a work-life juggle. She never officially
Right.
said a balance, and I want to give that correct shout out to Kelly. That's, I think, a great way to describe it. So, Robyn, if you don't mind sharing, if someone wants to come to the club and they want to learn self-defense, how would they get in touch with you?
Absolutely. Well, I would advise going to our website at myshootingrange.com. And all our information is listed for both locations, Sandy Springs and Norcross. All our memberships, our rates, and everything that we offer is listed on the website.
Wonderful. And Tony, everybody needs a car, as we talked about it. It's not a luxury sometimes. Sometimes it is a requisite and a necessity to get to work. How would people get in touch with you at your office?
So Gas Motorcars is located right off of Cobb Parkway. Best way to find us is just to go to the website, www.gasmotorcars.com, or you can find us on Facebook as well. And there's current inventory, bios of all the people that work there, and a link to get you in contact with us if you have any questions about buying, selling, trading, or any of the other services that we provide.
Wonderful. Tony, Robyn, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having
The
me.
content has been wonderful. If you have an opportunity, please go to our website, shrimptankpodcast.com, or you can go to iTunes and download the show. But we received a lot of great content, especially having a successful marriage and successful businesses. That's a heck of a juggle as itself. Guys, thank you
Talk
for coming
to us
on
in
the
a
show.
couple of years. Just kidding.
Thank you for having us on the show and the Shrimp Tank Podcast Recap.